What's up,
All
James?
right.
How you doing, bro?
Not bad, man. What's going on, Ryan?
I'm chilling, man. Thank you for joining me to both of these podcasts where both of these nerds discussed
Not a
history,
problem,
and
man.
nerd shit,
Not a
bro.
problem. Yeah,
Um,
I can't wait. Let's get into it. I can't
Hell
wait to
yeah.
chop it up.
So first off, man, I know you said you have a way to introduce yourself other than me calling you James. Would you like to introduce yourself, my man?
Yeah, so this guy calls me James, but I have a couple of stage names. When I'm on stage performing with my band, they call me Thorn. And when I'm rapping, doing my solo music, they call me Kosher.
Hell yeah.
And you guys can call me that, or James, whatever. It is what it is.
Hell yeah,
Cat's
man.
out of the bag. My name's James. But yeah, um, yeah, and I'm on Ryan's podcast, and we're gonna chop it up and get into it.
Hell yeah. Nah, man. So of course, as you mentioned, his name goes by Thorn. He's the band Envoys, correct?
Envoys,
Envoys.
actually.
Yeah, sorry. Sometimes I have weird pronunciations
No, it's
because
okay. It's
I'm always like, is
no,
Envoys
it's
Envoys?
no, it's like the a good example of like where the name like pronunciation can be
Mhm.
found is like if you ever played like Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day,
Oh hell
and you
yeah.
had Black Luster Soldier,
Okay.
Envoy of the End
Oh no shit.
or the
It's
beginning or whatever. So like
oh no shit.
I
Is
was just like,
is
oh,
that the idea?
that's a cool ass. I was like, that's a cool ass like name, right?
Hell yeah.
and so I was just like, all right, like what's an envoy? And I was like, oh, it's a
Yeah.
messenger. And I
Yeah.
was just like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like messenger, like oh, what if like like are the envoys like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah. The
they're just
messages, so to speak.
messengers of what? Messengers of heavy ass breakdowns.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's really it.
Fucking
That's really it.
out
That's
here in the
it.
Providence metal
And
scene. He's out here joining me, talking about nerd
yeah,
shit.
dude, that you damn right. You can come see us at the Vault, November 30th,
Nice shit,
by
yeah.
the way.
The day after my birthday.
And yeah,
Yeah, 29th.
and I hope to see you there. If not, I know that you might have stuff planned because it is around your birthday,
Of
so I'm
course.
not gonna be offended. But I
Where's
would
that
love to
at?
see you there. It's gonna be in New Bedford at the Vault.
Oh nice. Oh yeah, the vault. Yeah, sorry. I meant like yeah, where like the place. So New Bedford.
Yeah,
Sounds
yeah,
good.
no, in like the city. Yeah, and at the venue. But
Nice. Shit yeah.
the headlining band is gonna be That Will Be Done,
Hmm.
and we're gonna be the third band that's playing that night.
Nice. Hell yeah.
It should be a really good time.
Hell yeah.
The tickets are selling really well. Starting to
Awesome.
run out of them.
Oh, nice. Well, hopefully,
And
if I plan to go there, then hopefully I'll get tickets beforehand.
I have a couple of plus ones. We'll talk about it.
Ah, hell yeah,
But
brother.
after the podcast.
Of course,
And
of course.
and but yeah, so yeah, we're just playing a lot of music lately. We played up in Maine just last
Oh
summer.
no way, you did?
And yeah, no, we had
I
a good
know that.
time. And we played up at Buried in Wells with a whole bunch of sweet bands. Like
Nice.
everybody was just some sweet dudes and a couple of dudettes. And you know, some people that don't define themselves that way too, and that's cool.
Based,
And
based. Hell yeah. We love everybody
and
in this podcast.
but yeah, no, dude, like Envoys is for everybody, bro.
Fuck yeah.
If you like heavy music, just come listen to our music and come hang out. Like it's that simple.
Yeah, I remember
And
last time I saw
our
y'all
EP is
live.
dropping. EP's dropping this winter, and it's fall, but it's dropping this winter. I
Nice shit,
promise.
yeah.
And if not this winter, then this winter. But yeah. Seeing what I did there? But yeah, so we got a lot of this stuff going on. We're in the midst of finishing up some recordings, getting some stuff done.
Nice.
The demo should be on Bandcamp soon and stuff too.
Nice, hell yeah.
So, but yeah, back to the name thing. Like I was just like thinking like, oh, like a messenger. Like if we were like what is there a metal band called that? And when we looked up like a band called Envoys, there's only like one inactive band that hasn't dropped anything since they broke up in like 2010.
Oh, there you go. So it's like
And
Snagwitch.
they're
Look at
like
that.
they're from like Europe, and they didn't pay for like the trademarks.
So that's all yours. Is it? It's all mine now. I mean, y'all ain't using it, so thank you.
So
Besides, they're not gonna know all the way from Europe. What do they know?
a few bucks later, you know,
Oh shit, that's what's up. I didn't know
not a
you
bad
actually like, had
not
to
a bad
trademark
idea.
that name too. That's badass.
Yeah, no, I own it.
Nice. Hell yeah.
And if it ever gets anywhere, I will literally, and this video is witness, share that asset with the individuals involved.
Shit yeah.
Like their name will be put on it. You
Of
know what I mean?
course. Yeah, of course. Hell yeah.
And that way we all make money, like, and no one
Good.
will ever feel any kind of way about it.
Good. Good. It's always
And
good to have a good team, especially in a band. It's
you
always good
want
they
it to
all
be
want to be
fair
together.
because there's so many good bands that break up because there's a lack of transparency because one guy owns the property,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And it might be fair, but they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know
Like,
what you
there's
mean.
no way to know for sure. So when you make something equally everybody's, like, take for instance, like, I would probably create an additional company that would be a parent company of Envoys that they would have ownership in.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Something like that.
No worries,
Um,
bro. No worries, bro. I get you. I get you.
um, glad that you get it. And we got a whole bunch of merch coming up soon too. Got a bunch of
Oh shit. Can people get that online at
here's some
all or no?
pins and soon. I'm working on that. We'll
All right,
talk
all
about
right.
that.
Yep, hell yeah. I'll be
I'm
sure to
trying to
add that to when I get the
find
chance.
yeah, I'm trying to find the best avenue to go about
Mm-hmm.
like getting the web store built because it's not free, you
Yep,
know?
no, usually when it comes,
So
you hear about all kinds of like, especially a lot of the older fucking sites are like, oh, I had a site and now it's all messed up because nobody wants to pay for it no more. It's like,
yeah.
yep, well, it is what it is.
Yeah, we were just thinking of like, well, what's the easiest way to probably go about it? And my friend's girlfriend was like, dude, make an Etsy store.
Oh shit, there you go. That's the easiest way
I
about it.
never thought about it, and she's totally smart in thinking
That's a
that.
really fucking good idea.
Shout out to my friend's wife, my buddy Mike. Your wife Jess is a genius. Shout out.
Modern
And
problems require modern solutions.
yeah, dude, I went to their beautiful wedding, and she gave me
Nice,
that idea.
nice.
And yeah, it was just like, why didn't I think of that? You know what I mean?
I mean, it's
Like
one
an
of those
Etsy
things that you
store is
don't
like
think about until someone like brings it up to you, like,
right,
"Hey, like you should try this," and you're like, "Wow,
yeah,
that's such a great idea! Holy shit!"
exactly. So like you make the Etsy store, you put your CDs or whatever on it, you put your stickers, your pins, your shirts, your hoodies, whatever it is that you're gonna sell,
Mhm.
and it will expand over time. Like
Yeah,
we have plans to like we're starting off with just some shirts, some CDs, some stickers and pins,
nice.
and calling it a day there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
just to start, just to get
And
things get the ball
but
rolling.
the
I get
next
that.
round will probably be like adding two more items in addition to the ones we already sell,
Yeah,
if that makes sense. Like
no, I know what you
the
mean.
restock will involve the creation of one, maybe two new items. I got into anime. Um, honestly, I didn't even know it was anime when I got into anime,
Yep, no, I get that.
and it's like they used to. I lived in Maine when I was a kid,
Really?
and they would yeah when I was a little kid, and that means that we would get like Canadian channels on our cable.
Okay.
And because of that, that's like that means that we got like Canadian broadcasts of
Hmm.
things that didn't really happen in America, like the English dub of Dragon Ball that like a lot of people didn't see,
Mm-hmm.
where they called Goku like Zero,
Oh,
and
weird. Oh, you got those.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was really
you got like
strange.
the you
And
got like the different dub. Oh, wow.
Korin was like Whiskers the Wonder Cat. That's not just Dragon Ball Z abridged was cooking. They knew what they were talking about when they
Right.
said that, and yeah, and it was really weird. And they like mixed the first movie into the season.
Mm-hmm.
So like instead of it being Peel Off, it was the villain from the first movie,
All right.
but like edited into the TV. It was really strange.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
And
That sometimes they try to combine, like, oh, look, here's just a snippet from the movie, and we're gonna put it in
yeah, well
between your episodes. And you're like, what is happening?
it's funny because like the next show that would air right after that also was super guilty of that. And it was a show called Robotech, which is a combination of three different shows.
Really? I never
And
watched. I know I'm
yeah,
aware of that show, but I've never watched it.
so Robotech is Macross and two other shows.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the other two shows, but I know that it's Macross and then Votoms and then I think it's one other show.
Okay.
And
Just kind of like
but
Super
back
Sentai
to
and freaking
yeah,
and
but
what's
to
the
circle back to how I
yeah.
got into anime is my sister and I would just watch like Saturday morning cartoons and we would run out of stuff to watch, so
Yeah.
we would just flip through the channels and we found this Canadian channel that just had like some anime on it. We just thought it was cartoons,
Yeah, of course.
so we would just watch it.
Yeah, like DBZ. You were
And it
just
was,
like, yeah, it's just a cartoon,
yeah.
just it's a different art style. Like that's cool.
Well, the thing is it was called Dragon Ball. Like we knew it was called Dragon Ball. It
Yeah.
had an intro that said Dragon Ball and all that stuff. And you know, like for years people didn't believe me that I watched this show. But I like I did, you know? And
I'm telling you, my
because I
my uncle
remember
works at freaking Nintendo. I'm telling you.
yeah, no, it was one of those situations where people were like, "Yeah, I'm sure, kid, I'm
Yeah,
sure."
Yeah, okay.
But it's
Dragon
like,
Ball.
no, dude, like
I'll give you a pair of Dragon Balls in my shorts. Like, what the fuck?
yeah, and it's like, and it didn't run through the whole run of the series or anything. It
Mhm.
kind of stopped at the Land of Corn, and it like, and when looking back, like it was really, really like crammed together
Yeah.
and made into this weird show, right? And a show that really didn't make any sense. And apparently it was like a pilot to see if it would be popular enough in certain
Okay.
test markets.
Okay.
And then they just never aired it again. But I remember, like, I watched it every single weekend. I was stoked about it. And then I moved to Massachusetts, like, not too long after. And then, like, I don't know, like maybe like a half a year or something like that goes by. And they started airing Dragon Ball Z on Fox, like,
Fox
Kids or
Kids,
whatever the
yeah.
heck it
Fox
was.
Kids, yeah.
Like right before, like it had like Sailor Moon before
Yeah.
or after it, I think.
Yeah, probably before.
And
A lot
it
of the
was
times
like,
I've always seen Sailor Moon before DBZ. Like that was always
yeah,
like
I
the,
think
that was
it was
always like the
before
start
DBZ.
everything, and I was just like, oh, weird.
Yeah, I think it was before DBZ because they would play it with like, it would be like a whole bunch of stuff I didn't want to watch, and then like I remember my sister wanted to watch Sailor Moon,
Yeah.
and then yeah, that's what it was because after Sailor Moon it was Dragon Ball Z. And I remember being like, "Oh, Dragon Ball Z, like, is that like more of that show that we were already watching? We thought it was just like more of that, and it kind of was.
Yeah, it's
We
like the
didn't know that.
continuation.
We didn't,
Yeah.
and we were like, oh, so he's an adult with a kid? Like, this makes no sense. All right, it's cool though. Like, so we just watched it. Didn't know that it was not cartoons.
Yeah.
Like I said,
I know what you mean because I remember
And then-
we would get up early sometimes, and then like Dragon Ball would be before like the real shows would start, like on the Cartoon Network, I think it was.
yeah,
And I remember seeing it and being like,
Yep.
waking up early one day. I'm like, whoa, what is this? And it's just like, it's like Dragon Ball Z, but different. And because like it's Dragon Ball,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't get it. Why is Goku small?
no, I feel you, and it's like, you know, I didn't even know these were anime back then. I
Yeah,
just thought they
exactly.
were like cool cartoons.
Yeah,
you
hell
know?
yeah.
And like then like '98 rolls around and like Toonami starts talking about like anime.
Yep.
I'm like the hell is that? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you
Like,
mean.
What's an anime? Like, and then
Freaking
my
Tom
sister's
starts
like,
talking
yeah, I
shit
guess
about
this
it.
stuff's called anime. Because she started going to the mall, and there's like a section at the Suncoast Video.
Ah, hell yeah! I was hoping you were gonna say
Yeah.
that. Hell
Yeah,
yeah!
dude.
I was like, yo, hopefully
Yeah,
he says
dude.
at Suncoast, not fucking FYE, but Suncoast.
No, fuck that, dude. Sorry for the language, but
Nah, you're good. It's New England-based podcast.
Sun-
We can say fuck.
Suncoast was the place to go
That was
if
that-
you wanted to buy quality anime releases. That's where I bought all my Studio Ghibli films,
Oh yeah,
and
that's
still
where
got them. They're over there.
that's where I have all my Love Hina DVDs.
They're over there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Slayers, those who hunt elves, and just the weirdest anime choices of all time.
Oh yeah,
just on the wall.
You got what
And
you
then,
could get.
and then there's like a certified right. They had like what they had, and you had to just deal with it, or like tell them to get it and order it in and pay for it up front, which
Yep.
sucked.
It's like here, $25 for a fucking DVD or 30. I'm like, Jesus Christ, for
I was like,
4 episodes.
Well, if you wanted to order, if you wanted to order something into the store, it sucked so bad, bro. Like it sucked so bad, bro. Like, first of all, if they didn't have it in, you had to pay for the shipping because they would always get you with that.
Yeah, of course.
And then you would have to pay for the tape or the DVD. 9 times out of 10 for me it was a tape because I would always get the tape because it was cheaper.
Of course.
And like it's the same thing to me. Like, you know what I mean? When I was a kid, I was like, "Oh, I get to watch it," and it's like $10 cheaper. Okay.
Yeah, you weren't like, oh man,
then,
this one's widescreen and it has a better video quality. It's like, no, I want to watch a fucking show. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah, I just
goddamn
want to see
kid.
it. Don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, so like, oh man, but it sucked so bad. But I remember ordering so many Dragon Ball Z tapes, like just so many. I had all of the movies.
Yeah. Did you get it to where
Yeah,
like
yeah,
fucking
dude.
you could see like the pictures on the side, so you would line them up and all that shit. Did you have
I
that one?
didn't have the episodes. I didn't have the episodes. I just bought the movies. The
Oh,
reason
okay,
why I
okay,
don't have
okay.
the episodes
There's so fucking
is
many. They're
because
always on TV.
I taped them off of television.
Hey, my man! I think it's the first time we've ever mentioned that here in the podcast. Was taping shit off of
No
TV.
kidding.
Yeah, dude.
No
Like
kidding. Yeah,
we,
we
I
can
was
have a
planning
whole
on. Oh
conversation about
yeah,
that
we were me and another friend of mine who
because
was here
I'm
before,
all about it.
Jake. Yeah, we were talking about having like an episode talking about VHS shit, like retro,
Oh, I would
like
love to be
our
part
shit.
of that.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'll be part of that podcast for sure. Let me know when you guys want to plan that.
Yeah, fuck
But
yeah.
yeah, I have my VCR that I just did some repairs to it and made sure it's working really good.
Nice.
It ate a tape on me, which was like, I was like, you've never done that. I was pretty mad about it.
I don't blame you.
So
I don't really blame you for being mad about
I
it.
took it apart. The head was loose, so I tightened it down with the screw and cleaned it out, and now it's running fine.
Nice, hell
It's a
yeah.
spec.
It's funny. I just bought another one. Like I just happened to see it at
Oh,
Savers
God.
again. Yeah, dude, I'm all about. And it's a VHS.
It works.
I haven't tried it yet. It's a VHS and DVD one. It's super clean. That's the one that got me. I was like,
Goodwill.
whoa.
Go to Goodwill.
Yeah.
Go to Goodwill and get a tape that you don't care about.
I have old shit that tapes that I have that I started using now because I'm just like, let me get rid of this. Like I don't need this one. It's like 'cause
Yeah.
I've been cleaning up
It's a
my basement and I'm just
it's
like,
a
oh, I
good-
don't need this.
Yeah, they're a good way to like for instance, I have like The Last Dance with Sharon Stone. I don't care about that movie. I use it to text. I use it to text.
Such a random choice. I'm glad
I
that you
just
know
have
it.
I have it just over there, and it's because I use it to clean tape decks off the dust off of them.
Oh, that's so
Like when they're
funny.
dusty and you don't want to run your tape on it because
Yeah.
it might ruin the film. Last Dance.
Oh, hell yeah! I'll make sure to get me a copy of that so I can do that.
Yeah, dude, you get something like that, dude.
Yeah, I just got
Definitely
the
does it.
I just
My
got
buddy
the
uses
retro adapter just so I can try to put it on a
Carpool.
regular
I
TV and
don't even
everything.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my buddy uses this bad comedy movie called Carpool about this dude that like abducts this dude's kids and brings them to like an indoor playground place. I don't even know.
What the
I watched
fuck?
it when I was a kid once, and I was just it was the weirdest movie I've ever seen. And it's bad. It's not even good. But so yeah, taping stuff, dude. I used to tape Toonami, right?
Nice.
The
Shit,
whole
yeah.
block.
Oh, I don't blame
And
you.
I would because I had two VCRs, I would edit it down.
Oh
and get
no
all the
shit!
episodes.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Hell yeah. I know exactly what you're talking
and I would
about.
get the episodes without all the commercials and stuff. And then I would put like 3 episodes of Dragon Ball Z on one tape.
Yep.
And then I would put like Gundam Wing on another tape. And then I would put like Tenchi Muyo on another one.
Hell
and then
yeah.
like Sailor Moon on another tape for my sister. You know
Hell
what I mean?
yeah, dude. Make
And,
an enterprise right there, bro.
I did a whole so I used to do that a bunch. What in tarnation?
What happened?
Pause for 1 second.
You got it, bro.
Kind of flashing lights outside.
Oh hell
It's not
no.
in front of my building. Oh, it's in front of the other building. I don't really care. Back to reality.
Nah, no worries.
But
No.
yeah, so
We'll
I
pick up.
used to record all of the episodes of like Yu Yu Hakusho, for instance. Like it was on too late when they first started airing it,
Mhm.
right? The new episodes were Thursday nights at like 11 p.m.
Of course.
And how old were we back then
Dude,
in
we're-
like 2002? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was probably like
We were kids.
fucking 12 or 11 depending on what time of year it
dude,
was.
So I was 11. I was like 11 years old back then, so I wasn't allowed to stay up that late.
Yeah, of course.
And so I used my VCR with a timer.
Oh, no shit.
Would tape the whole block while I was asleep.
That's awesome.
And then I would just edit it down, put the episodes of the shows I like on a different tape.
Mm-hmm.
And like the thing is like it had reruns of shows I already had.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't really keep those. Or if there was an episode I missed, I would grab that episode and like label it so that
Nice.
way I had it. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
So you know, it's funny. I have pretty much a lot of those anime still on tape.
Oh, really? You still have those old tapes?
Yeah, to this day.
Nice. Hell yeah, brother. That's awesome.
I'll go get one for 1 second.
Yes, go for
Don't
it.
pause on me. I'm walking away just to go grab a tape.
Go for it.
And it's gonna say Dragon Ball DBZ and GW on it, and it's like literally an old tape from my childhood. Let me just find it.
Ah, man, take your time. No rush.
Here's one of them. This is just a Dragon Ball tape. Look at this.
Yo.
I drew the Dragon Balls on it. It used to be a DBZ tape,
Yeah.
but I refined down to better tapes for DBZ. So I got rid of the Z.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I fucking
To
love
this
that.
day, dog.
No, it's like
Oh,
me
yeah.
with my Pokemon cards. I still have like my old binder, so it's just me, my child writing Pokemon cards and drew a little Pokeball on it. It's like, yeah, that's it. I still
Oh,
use
yeah,
that
dude.
one. Hell yeah.
And it's like, it's pretty cool because I saved a lot of this stuff. I upload a lot of it to the archive, the Wayback Machine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of the Toonami stuff that's on there.
Nice. That's what's up, man. That's what you call a fucking
And
just keeping the
people
keeping that
upscale
retro shit. That good
it on
shit.
YouTube, but I'm cool with it. Do whatever you want with it. I put it there for free.
Yeah, of
You know?
course. Preserve.
Like, wow. Dude,
Preservation.
it's like
That's the word, not preserve.
not just my childhood, dude.
Yeah.
A lot of people, like, you know?
Hell yeah.
Like, what if I'm not the only kid that had a drawing that was on Toonami or whatever, and they wanted to like watch that video, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because like, I don't know if you've ever like drawn something and sent it in.
No, I haven't. Like I think
Oh,
Blondie
man.
Sunday's like cousin did that, and they actually showed it, but I've never
Yeah,
done it because I
mine
can't
was
fucking
on.
draw.
Mine, I drew one.
I still can't.
And I sent it in when I was like in 5th grade, I think. Oh no, I was in 4th grade. And then I saw it by the time it came on television and they put it like on the fan art thing.
Yeah.
I was in 5th grade. It was the summer before 5th grade that I drew it.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah. And I remember I drew like Aisha Clan Clan from Outlaw Star.
Oh no way! That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. And
were you able to record
I have
that?
the video on my.
Let's go.
I have the video. Do you want to see it?
What's that?
I'll send you the video.
Oh please, please do.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, when you get a chance, you can send it to me on.
Upscaled.
You can send it to me on like Facebook or something, or here on the chat. Like not that I won't bring it up, but I'll probably put it in post after.
The address and send us a drawing of your favorite Toonami character. Then look for your picture anytime Toonami is on the air.
Think you can do it?
But yeah, back to like my origins on anime and stuff,
Yes.
right? It's pretty funny because I didn't really know what any of that stuff like was called anime.
Of course, yeah.
First. And like 98 rolls around and like Toonami starts calling it anime, right? And I'm like, oh, what the hell is that? And then I see a commercial for anime on Saturday night for the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah,
I'm
dude,
like,
Sci-Fi
okay.
Channel anime. Fuck yeah, dude.
I'm like, hell yeah, what's going on with that? So I set my thing to record for a Saturday night. I was just like, all right, like, there's a VCR in the living room, and I've got a VCR, so I can record the Midnight Run and whatever this Sci-Fi Channel stuff is.
What is this Ghost in the
Same time.
Shell?
Yeah, dude. So the first night wasn't Ghost in the Shell. It was Vampire Hunter D.
Nice shit, yeah.
Dude, and
Dude, I
remember
look
that chick that used to introduce the that girl that used to introduce the anime on the show too?
I don't remember that because I'm to be
Dude.
honest with you, I'd never watched it off Sci-Fi. Like I knew it was there, but I'm just like,
No kidding.
This isn't Tenchi Muyo or DBZ. I'm a fucking
Yeah,
I'm a
that
fucking
stuff was
loser.
totally worth watching. You were missing out, dog.
I was missing out, of
And,
course I was. I regret it to
yeah,
this
dude,
day.
there was
I
so
see
many-
Vampire Hunter D art now, like from the 90s and 80s. I'm like, fuck, this is good ass art. Like, holy shit, this is good
Yeah,
ass
dude,
art.
and it makes you like, oh, dude, like I could have been watching that.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Or maybe I was just scared.
yeah, dude.
Sci-Fi Channel scared
So,
me. 'Cause I'm
like-
a scaredy cat. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't tough.
I used to watch it. There was this chick that used to call herself Apollo Smile that used to introduce all the anime shows.
Oh yeah.
And she used to call herself the real life anime girl or whatever the heck. And frickin' she used to introduce all the shows. And I was just like, all right, so I guess this stuff's called anime. And
Yeah, hell yeah.
yeah, it's pretty cool. And
Have you ever heard the term Japanimation growing up?
yeah, so it was
I fucking hate that
that's-
cringe word, but it's so classic.
So yeah, it was that's what Moltar used to call it on
Uh,
Toonami. Quality Japanimation. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, man.
Hell yeah, this guy. Let's go.
Oh, man. Yeah, dude. Those were the good old days, dude. Like I remember all of that stuff.
The fucking
dude, for
Wild
sure.
West of like, yeah, we have this and we have this. This is
Dude,
Rurouni
and it was
Kenshin
back
and this
when
is
like
whatever.
dubbing was like either really good or just
Yeah.
like so
Trash boat.
bad. Like, have you ever seen like some of the lost media dubs that are like lost for a reason?
Only a few. They're great, but
Pretty
man, like
bad.
you think about it, man. You think of like
The
when you look
one
at like
for Global
Cowboy
Studio
Bebop, or you look
Gundam.
at like fucking what is it?
Yeah,
Yu Yu Hakusho is just so iconic of
right.
like that. Of
Those are
their,
quality.
yeah, those are like fucking.
And
This
they
is
were
mad
those were
good.
dubbed in the 90s.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
people
Justin
people
Cook,
saw
all of
Yu
them.
Yu Hakusho in the 2000s, but it was dubbed in 99.
Yeah, and like I said, you had the greats
Elite.
doing all those things. Yeah, like I said, Chris
Yeah, no,
Sabat,
like the best
everyone.
people doing it.
Yeah,
Although I will say, and this is probably an unpopular opinion. This is probably a hot take. I prefer the ocean dub of Dragon Ball Z.
which I'm not too familiar. What do you mean by that?
The original dub of Dragon Ball Z.
Like the American dub? Sorry, I'm not
Yeah,
well versed in there.
So there's the Ocean Studios dub,
Okay.
right? That had Peter Kelmis and a whole bunch of other people doing the voices of the characters. Peter Kelmis was the original voice of Goku,
Okay.
right? So you know when you're watching old school Dragon Ball Z and like Goku's voice is different?
Yeah.
That's why.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. That's cool.
And then when you saw the remastered re-release version, it's not like that anymore.
Yeah,
right?
no, because I think what Sean Schimmel's the one
Right.
taking over. Yeah.
Because they finished that whole entire remaster.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's known as the Ocean Saban dub that was produced and requisitioned like to be like the creation of it was created by Saban Entertainment,
Mm-hmm.
the people responsible for Power Rangers.
Yep, I'm aware. I was like,
And,
that's another thing that's surprising me just now. That Saban
yeah.
fucking had that. No fucking way.
So Saban was the one who commissioned Funimation and Ocean Studios collectively
Okay.
to produce a dub for Dragon Ball Z.
All right.
So what happens is you have a dub that has like a whole bunch of different voice casts that like it's also called the Pioneer dub because Pioneer.
Hell yeah, Pioneer
had-
baby.
Yeah, Pioneer.
That's with
had
Tenchi
the,
Moyo.
That's right. They had the rights to distribute the first 3 films
Okay.
originally, and they hired the same voice cast as the show,
Mm-hmm.
but they kept all of the artistic integrity of the original films,
Okay.
right down to the music. So the Pioneer dub of like World's Strongest is actually like the best version of it because it's the exact dialogue of the Japanese version with a character playing Goku that actually sounds like the Japanese Goku.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
No.
I like it.
No,
And,
it's funny that you say that because I know a lot of people nowadays when they have to watch the Japanese dub, they're like, "Oh, Goku sounds weird," but then after a while, they're like, "I actually kind of like this version of Goku." Like people are starting to come around. People are starting to come around to like the idea of like the Japanese voice of Goku because he sounds different. And they're like, "Hey, he's an alien,"
more people...
and his inflections are different. And I heard like even his style of speaking isn't just "I'm gonna fight you to be strong." It's more of a "Man, you're really strong. I want to fight you. I think that'd be really cool." You know, it's like, oh, he's really friendly about it. Like, yeah, he's not a fucking prick. He really is like everyone's friend.
Yeah. He literally just like, I want to fight strong guys.
Yeah.
You know?
He's not, everyone's
like
strong. I want to be the strongest. It's like, no, it's like, I
No,
want to fight
and
people.
which is like the polar opposite with like someone like a character like Vegeta.
Yeah.
For instance.
Yeah, exactly. It
who
makes more sense.
He wants his drive to fight is to be the strongest, whereas Goku just wants to fight strong people.
Yep. Exactly.
Back to topic. We got a little derailed, and I forgot where I was going with it.
Brother, tangents and going all over the place is the best part about interviewing people, man. I'm not here to fucking. True. I'm not here with no. The only agenda I have is hanging out with my friends and talking anime.
That's very fair.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But yeah, the Ocean dub. That's what I was getting into.
Yep.
Is I just wanted to finish that thought. Is that the Ocean dub is the original 63 episodes condensed down to just a mere 67 episodes condensed down to a mere 53.
Oh wow.
And
that's still a sizable amount to drop it because then you have to cut a few corners here and there.
Right. And that is the whole entire Saiyan saga,
Mm-hmm.
and then right up till Goku arrives on planet Namek to fight Raccoon.
Nice.
That whole entire section of the anime is what that is.
Nice.
And that was the pilot for DBZ. And it was extremely unsuccessful upon its drop, actually, because they didn't know how to, like... They really didn't know what they were doing with the property because they edited it. They tried to make it like an American cartoon with weird sound effects.
Boing.
Exactly, like weird,
Whoa!
yeah, like that kind of stuff, and like just strange editing choices, like altogether.
Fucking.
However,
fucking Krillin gets caught up in with the fucking what is it? And Tom. Ah!
yeah, no one dies, bro. They just go to another dimension.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right, dude. And it's like, it's pretty funny because like, there's this whole other dub that people don't like talk about anymore because they because we're so far away from when it aired on TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
like,
kind of like almost like it's becoming lost media, but only certain people know about it.
Well, it's not that it's lost media because you can buy it, physically buy it.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, because Funimation owns it. They bought the rights to it.
Mm-hmm.
They like physically own the Ocean dub now.
Mm-hmm.
So when they release it, like for instance, the Orange Bricks release of Dragon Ball Z has that dub.
Okay.
So you can go buy it.
Oh,
and
good.
you can sail the seven seas.
That's fair. That's fair.
And there's a place you can go to find it and
Yeah.
watch it, and if you're diligent. And
it's funny. That's like me right now because I found what is it, Evangelion on DVD at a thrift shop, and it was the perfect collection. And like I said, it was the one. It was the fucking the VHS ripped. So everyone's like, "This is the worst possible version ever," and they just took the VHS to put on DVD. I'm like, "Nope, that's the one I want. Give me that one. That one's funny."
Dude, I want the freaking VHS ones.
Oh,
like,
dude, VHS ones are tough, bro. Because that's one that's like you could only pirate like the original for like ever.
I have my uncut, but still like not perfect, Adult Swim VHS recordings from back in the day.
Nice.
I recorded it off a TV.
Hey, man.
When I was in my late teens.
Hell yeah. No, when you know you got it, It's like, oh shit, hell yeah.
Still have it.
Oh,
I still have it.
Believe me, I know. You still got your fucking DBZ ones. That's so fucking sick, though. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, there's one right in front of me. That's just one of many. There's a whole bunch of them over there. There's probably the rest of Dragon Ball over there because I was watching Dragon Ball.
Nice.
So I was like, I'm making sure it still worked. And, you know, as you can see on the tape, there's no little speckles in there, which means that there's no mold in the tape. And when you have a functional machine and no mold on your tape and you take care of your stuff, it works forever.
Hell yeah.
And, you know, and you don't overdo it with the watching of the film, you know?
Yeah, of course.
And I've already digitally transferred all of it, too.
So you can just hell yeah, so you can preserve it and just watch it digitally. It makes sense.
Yeah, so all of the anime that I've ever recorded onto a tape has been digitally transferred.
That's awesome. That's
on
boss.
my computer that I'm using to do this podcast.
That's awesome. That's badass. I love that. I love that you're able to save it that way.
Yeah, it's like, and then I have it, you know?
Yep.
Forever.
Yeah, no, hell yeah.
And it's mine. So if anything ever happens to these tapes, like, yeah, I would be sad. But, like, I still have it. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, exactly. You have the original rip. Speaking of, like, retro stuff, man, what other things are you getting into retro? Like, I know you and I, you and I were talking about eBay shit, like, especially with the Perfect Collection. I didn't get off of eBay, but I got off of Goodwill. But, like, I know you've been seeing me post about, like, old fucking video games or old fucking media.
Yeah, old survival horror video games is one of the big ones that I've been getting into.
Yeah.
Yeah, finding them at yard sales has been like pretty good lately.
Oh shit, no way.
I got Alone in the Dark, the 2.
Nice.
Which is like a lot of people don't know that it was on PS1.
I know that.
It just wasn't called Alone in the Dark 2. It was just called Alone in the Dark, Return of Jack. Instead of Alone in the Dark 2, The Return of Jack. Who would have thought that it was, you know? And then there's, I got Fatal Frame. I'm looking over there. I'm looking at them to see what I got. I got Haunting Grounds. I got Clock Tower.
Damn, homeboy
I
got
got-
Haunting Grounds?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, dude. I do. I bought that when it was new back in the day.
I don't blame
So,
it. Dude, I remember
yeah.
seeing those games, and I'm a fucking, like, those old fucking horror games are always, like, the more expensive ones. I would always wanted to get them, but I was just like, I'm scared. I'm not going to play those games. So I remember seeing Haunting Grounds. I remember seeing fucking, what is it, Kuon. Like, for
like Deadly Premonition.
yeah, it's like, oh, it's like
That was a good
$30. I'm like, I'm not gonna play because I'm scared. Or Clock Tower 3, which I saw is like super ridiculous.
Clock
but I
Tower
love it.
3 rules, dude. That game's awesome.
I
Another
was
thing that
watching
I've been-
people talking about it, and man, it's like the fact that they did motion capturing like a stage play. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
Another
I love that.
retro thing I've been getting into is collecting some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Dog.
Oh shit, Envoys, let's go.
That's right, dude. We got some magic cylinders over here, and you're straight up, beat down deck with the Summon Skull beatdown deck. The good old classics. And,
Never really got into
just
playing
collecting-
Yu-Gi-Oh, but that's what's up.
But I've just been collecting old school anything. Like, if I was about it when I was like between the ages of 12 to 15, I'm like, I have something from
Yeah.
that era,
Yeah, no.
Like, same thing as like different years go by, I've got like a little piece of something.
Yeah,
know,
no,
I'm a
that's
nostalgic guy.
usually how I am with my collection. It isn't like, oh, this game is so rare and I want it. No, it's like, hey, I grew up playing this fucking game. Like, I remember going to Blockbuster, getting fucking rival schools, having so much fucking fun with it. Like, whoa, 2 discs?
yeah.
No way. And then like seeing it's fucking
That's right.
expensive, and I'm just like, what the fuck? But like, I used to rent this game so much. I'm not good at fighting games, but
Dude.
I love that game.
I feel that way about like a lot of games. Like, let's talk about game rentals, dude.
Hell yeah.
Let's
get
like
into
for
it.
a minute, man.
Yeah, gladly.
Like, almost once a month, man, at the very least, it would be like my grandma would be like bring me to like Blockbuster or something. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And like just go get me a game to play on whatever console I'm bringing with me to my grandma's house.
Yep, that's what we do.
And,
And you bring it right over, fucking pull it out of the back.
Yeah, I would grab my PlayStation, I would bring it with me, and I had my my cousin used to keep his Super Nintendo and his old school NES there too.
Nice.
So that way, like when he would go there, he would have something to do.
Nice.
And by extension, I didn't have to bring mine over anymore.
Yeah. So,
So,
it's pretty fair at that point.
Either of them. So I'm like, hell yeah, I could just bring the game, and like everything's there. And so I used to just bring like, I would bring like whatever Super Nintendo game I was playing at the time. Normally it was like Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, or like Mario World, or I was super into like Castlevania 4, Super Castlevania 4. That game was hard as shit.
That's the one.
And,
Some of the retro games I never got into was Castlevania. I feel
Dude,
like
I
missed the boat on that one.
Unbelievably hard, because it's like
We
you're
went-
like, we're like 30 now. Like, you pick that up for the first time, and you're like, what's happening? And it's just like, screw you, Dracula. But like,
they want us to
it's
play this game
like-
for a while to figure everything out. What the fuck?
yeah. Now I just play JRPGs because it doesn't require me to like have fast hands. I mean, I can play guitar and play that like relatively well, but like getting new muscle memory to play a video game.
Yeah.
When I'm 33, I'm about to be 34. I don't think so, dog.
That's a
not
no for
happening,
me,
man.
dog.
Yeah, it's just hard pass, man. And yeah, as for these old survival horror games that I've been playing for all these years,
Yeah.
though, like all the old school Resident Evil games, I've
Of
got
course.
those. I have a loose copy of the original Resident Evil, like the original Resident Evil. I'm now looking for a big box to pair it with.
You're talking about the big square
Because
one?
So do you remember when PlayStation
Yep.
first started releasing their games? They had the big
Yep.
like
It's
rectangle boxes.
it's
instead of
funny
the
because
square
going back to what
cases.
you were saying
in
earlier
cases,
about
yeah.
fucking Blockbuster.
They
That's
look
when I
like
first saw
VHS
them.
cases.
That's when I first saw them. Was when I was at we used to
Yeah.
go to Blockbuster. And like after a while certain games only had them, and then they went back to the small. There was that
Right.
one. It was that dude. He has like the fucking trench coat and he has the gun. He's pointing it like that. That was the one I remember the most. That and Resident Evil.
Oh my God, Crow City of Angels.
Yeah, right.
Trust me, I hate
Hell
that
yeah.
game. Anyway, yeah, no, I hate that game.
Don't blame
It's
you.
so bad.
I don't
it's,
blame
It's
you.
literally a beat 'em up game, but it has Resident Evil controls
No, it's tank controls. Let's go.
with fixed camera perspectives.
Yep.
I like that stuff in a horror game, not in a game where I'm beating people up.
Yeah. But yeah, you
And
have
they're
so
trying
you
to
have
beat
a loose
bad.
just regular Resident Evil, not director's cut, none of that one.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah.
none of that. Just the original '96 classic.
Nice. Hell yeah.
And I'm trying to pair it with a big box. And
Yep.
I keep trying to find one, but all I keep finding is reproductions, and it's a little frustrating. I might buy a reproduction just to, like,
Put a thing on it.
placeholder.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Just
A
to kind of keep
placeholder
it
until I
there.
get the real thing.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, and it's like it's the only big box PS1 game that like I want.
Yeah.
Like, and I have other ones. Like, I'll trade.
It's funny
So if there's
because
anyone out
like
there-
I know what you mean because like the only thing that I would gladly replace on something is like, hey, the jewel case is broken. All right, does it have all the artwork? Does it have the fucking manual? Yeah. Okay, I can replace the jewel case because the jewel case doesn't have anything spectacular about it. Yeah, you rip the back piece out, you put the fucking back artwork on it.
Yep.
And you just
100%.
close. Yep. And then you slide the thing with those little tabs. You know, like get there, right there.
What I'll do is I'll
And
get
I'll be
like
happy
a
with
stack
that.
of like anywhere between 5 to 10 PS1 games that have damaged jewel cases.
Yep.
And then I'll just order like a 5 or a 10 pack off of Amazon
Yeah.
and just do them all up.
Yeah, because no one's gonna look at the
Put 'em all
jewel
back
case
together.
and go, "Is this jewel
And
case
then
original?" No one cares.
And then you resell them.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And then you're like, hey, the case is in really good shape. The disc is in really good shape. It comes with a manual. Like, what's the problem? Like, do you want it?
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
you know? And people see that and they're like, oh, wow, it's been taken care of. Like, even though, like, you know? And
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not, if they ask, I'll tell them.
Yeah, of course. But the jewel case, in my opinion, is like, who cares? Like, you
You're
can't
getting
fucking
the
date a jewel
original
case.
artwork insert that goes inside the case.
Yep, that's more important.
And you're getting the game and you're getting the
The
manual.
manual. Yeah, no, those are important. Those are the only things that are important.
That's the most important stuff. That's what has to be original,
Yes.
in my opinion, for it to be complete in the box.
Yeah, because like
You can replace the plastic on a gem case or a jewel case or whatever you want to call it.
yeah,
You can do that and it's fine. Everybody out there.
and the
If
same.
you've got a crack on your original plastics on one of
Yeah.
your gem cases or jewel cases, you can totally replace it.
Yeah.
And it's still complete in the box original.
I mean,
As
at the
long as
same
you have
time,
the
yeah.
insert.
If you want to carbon date it, then I'll just buy a fucking PS1 game that's a piece of shit, and I'll just take everything out and slap that on there. There you
Yeah.
go. Hey,
I know
look,
people
it's a
have
little
done that
little
because they wanna
foggy.
use
There you go.
original PlayStation.
That
It's
one,
like,
I
man.
don't give a shit, man. Like if that's the case, like I don't care. The game works, has the manual and the
Go get
artwork. That's
20
all I care
copies
about.
of NFL Blitz 2000
Yeah.
or something. Like,
No, let's go far.
that's
Let's
actually
get
a good game.
NFL Game Day 1998 or John Madden 99.
dude, MLB 2001. Who
Yeah,
wants that game?
Yeah, right.
When you can get that, when you can literally play MLB 2K1 on 2K on Genesis, or you can play 2K2 on PS2.
Yeah,
You
right.
could just play a way better baseball game.
You can
But
play
anyway,
bottom of the
so-
ninth. There you go.
you can get MLB 2001 on PlayStation 1 for like, I think it's $1, complete in the box.
Exactly. You can carbon date it and all
So-
you want. Hell yeah.
Right. Now you'll have 20-year-old jewel cases to be a snob with.
Hell yeah.
And
What is one of your favorite ones that you own? Like, does that
Out of all my
necess-
games?
Yeah, just like that has to be rare. Like, I'm not really just like your favorite or like something that you really means a lot to you.
River City Ransom on the Nintendo Entertainment System?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I love that game.
You just played a shit ton
Um,
growing up.
I played the shit out of it, and I didn't beat it for like years because I didn't know how to beat it.
Fair,
Because like I just didn't know what to do.
nice.
And part of that's chalked up because like I have dyslexia and it's poorly translated to begin with. So like,
You're like, what is happening? What do they mean?
good luck. Yeah, no. And then I finally figured it out. Like my sister figured it out. Like she was like reading it off to me, and like we're like looking at it together, and we're like looking at a message, and just like okay, and I guess we'll go here, and we'll just go everywhere
Yeah,
until we figure out what to do. And eventually we beat that game. But yeah,
that's awesome.
a
Though,
lot
that
of
y'all
good
work
memories
together.
playing that game because like yeah, we played it 2-player and like a lot of just good fun Saturday nights hanging out, eating microwave pizzas, and
Hell yeah, dude.
you know,
Now I know exactly
playing
what you
some
mean.
video games with my sister. Good
Hell
old
yeah.
times.
No, that's awesome. That's
So that's probably the game that I would pick.
Mhm.
Another one is like Jackal, because I used to play that with my neighbor all the time.
Which one's that?
And
Jackal.
it's like a shoot 'em up game with like you drive little jeeps. and you drive
Yeah.
around.
Okay. Yeah, I know what
The
you're talking
Game
about because I'm
Grumps
thinking like I
played
feel like
it.
I've
The
known
Game
that
Grumps
one.
played it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Game Grumps played it years ago,
Mm.
and so like a lot of people know about it because of that, but I know about it because I grew up with that game and I loved that.
Does
I
the
loved
cover
it.
have
It
like a
was one of
guy
those
on
good
it or
old-
some shit?
It has like the jeeps on the front.
Yeah.
I'll go get it. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go for it.
I accidentally unplugged my headphones, but I'm gonna plug them right back in.
Go right ahead,
No
my
one will
man.
ever know. There we go. I guess it does have a guy on the front. Huh.
Oh yeah,
there's a
we're,
guy
we're
right
both
there.
right. Yeah,
There's
we're
a
both right.
dude
Just
and there's
dudes.
a Jeep,
Hell yeah.
and then there's a dude, and there's a dude. There's more dudes right there.
Maybe we're
But
confusing.
yeah.
I think there's a movie called Day of the Jackal. I think I'm also confusing with that too. So
Yeah, you could be, but yeah, no, there's like two Jeeps in the front, and then there's like dudes on the gunner seats, and then there's dudes driving it.
shit, yeah.
But yeah, no, I've got a lot of. I still have all the retro stuff I grew up with. You know?
Same. I still have all
Like,
my
that's
I
the
have
thing.
my stuff too. I have like my PS1 stuff. I still have like my Nintendo, my Sega,
My Nintendo's right.
Dreamcast.
My Nintendo's right there. My PlayStation's right there.
Nice. Hell
like,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So VCR's over there. Like all the tapes are over there with it.
Hell yeah, dude.
My Game Boy Advance is over there with a copy of Yu-Gi-Oh! Worldwide Edition, I think. And then a couple copies of various Pokemon games are over there from my childhood as well.
It's funny. The ones that I have for Pokemon are just blue and yellow, and that's all I had. And I never went past I never went past that, or even with my Game Boy, I've only had the gray brick, never anything else. And now I'm like, kind of want a Game Boy Advance or a Game Boy Color.
You know
like,
what's funny about the gray brick
Yeah.
is I still have my gray brick.
Hell yeah.
My original gray brick.
Hell yeah.
That I got. My mom bought it for me in 1996.
Let's go.
I'm gonna just grab this real quick.
Go for it, my man. This is great. I love this.
It's a little dirty.
That's fine. It's gonna be.
It's a little dirty, but I still got
Oh, there it is. Fuck yeah, dude.
it. No, it's still missing the back, and someone tried to steal it and write their name on it. So
Oh,
I
you bitch. That
blacked
bitch.
it out.
Yeah, hell yeah. With the 4
Yeah.
fucking AA batteries. Let's go.
Yo, I'll never forgive you, Lulu.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Whoever the fuck
So,
Lulu is,
try
me
to
and my
steal it.
homies fucking
That's
hate
right.
Lulu. Anyone who watches this
Right.
podcast, we all hate Lulu. Except if it's Final Fantasy
Right.
X Lulu. We love that Lulu.
no, she's forever goated. But yeah, the only cool Lulu. No,
Yeah.
that's not. I'm sure there's plenty of cool Lulus, but not that one.
Yeah, right.
Anyway.
Exactly.
I don't even know if that's her real name. That was her nickname. I don't know her real name. But she tried to steal my Game Boy, and I wasn't having it.
Boo.
was second grade.
Yeah,
Not
never
having it.
forget. Never forget.
Never. And but yeah, I got it back because my sister obtained it for me.
Hell yeah.
And good old sister.
Yeah, dude,
and,
your sisters sound cool as fuck, bro. That's awesome.
yeah, no, she is cool as hell.
Yeah, nice.
And yeah, man, like just when it comes up to retro stuff I have that I like, another one is like, you know, cool movies and stuff too.
Like what? What movies you got? Are you mostly what genre were you mostly into growing up?
Sci-fi.
Yeah.
Honestly, doesn't matter if it's horror, doesn't matter if it's fantasy, if it's some kind of cool sci-fi, I was all about it.
Nice.
Good example is two of my favorite movies from when I was a kid is Star Wars and Aliens.
Nice.
And I watched these tapes a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Watch a shit
Especially
ton.
this one. My grandma bought me this one in the 90s.
Dude, I got
and-
old school fucking cover. Nice.
Oh yeah, dude. Look at that, dude. It has seen some freaking. This tape survived many moves. This tape survived many getting put in my backpack and
Yeah.
getting the box squished
Yeah.
by people sitting on it, and like, good lord, it's not in good shape. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it has
Like-
I mean I say it has the classic like fold on the side. So
Oh yeah,
like
no, it does. It
the
does.
pinches.
And
oh my
then-
god.
Oh, I have it over here. Hold on. And then I didn't have the other two from the original trilogy, like as like a bot tape.
Mhm.
I taped them off of USA.
Nice. It was funny. I was gonna
That's
say
Return of the Jedi and The Empire Strikes Back right here. So that was my original trilogy.
That's
I taped those.
how I
two,
watched them before
and
as
I
a
had
kid
them.
too. Like
Yeah, so
TBS,
everyone you used to
USA.
watch them on the USA trilogy that they used to do around this time of year. Actually, right around the holiday season, they would do it.
I
And,
think
yeah,
it
I
was funny
taped it.
for me. I think I saw like what is it? Fuck, there's so many. I can't believe I'm confusing all of them. The Empire Strikes Back. I saw that one 1st,
Mhm.
and then Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
And I was like, these are so cool. And I didn't know the original one existed. And then all of a sudden, it came on USA, and I'm like, whoa, this is it. But wait, what's happening? This is different. It's like there's three
Right.
of them. This is the first
Yeah,
one? No
no,
way.
so
And I remember like watching them
I
out of
actually have a
order.
really, really cool story from my first Star Wars experience, actually.
Yeah.
In the 90s, despite how people feel about the special editions,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Because people have their feelings, and I'm
Yeah.
not going to invalidate them because I kind of, as I got older, feel that way too.
Yep.
But I have a nostalgia for them, and I'll tell you why. The special edition original trilogy, the reason I have nostalgia for them is because when I was a kid, I saw them in the theaters when they were doing their theatrical release run.
Yep.
So I got to see the original trilogy, despite the fact that it had all the stuff added back like into it.
Mm-hmm.
I still got to see Star Wars in the theaters when
Yep.
I was a kid in the 90s. So
Same. Honestly, though,
my first experience
same.
seeing A New Hope, and that's the one that didn't get done the least
dirtiest.
dirty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The only thing they changed is that they
put like
they
lizards
messed
in the
up
background or something.
Han
Like
shooting
lizards.
first.
Yeah.
Lizards in the background, and they added some Jabba the Hutt kind of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And they changed the way the lightsabers look. And I think some of the changes were for the better, some of them were for the worse. But I think that it's the least egregious of the three films in the way that they were edited.
Yeah.
But anyway, I have a nostalgic, fuzzy, rose-tinted goggles, however, for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I saw all three of them in the theaters.
Yep.
Like 96, 97, 98 consecutively into the build-up of the episode 1.
Yeah.
They played the special editions in theaters.
No, I remember that.
consecutively.
That was the same thing for me because I originally I have the 3-piece of the special edition, so it's the gold Darth Vader and the regular edition, the regular Darth Vader one
with the regular but like blue filter.
Yeah, the blue filter. Yeah, and you can put them next to each other.
Yeah.
I got both
Yep.
of those. I still do. I think they're over there in the other room. And
Yeah,
no,
I've got
exactly
those
what
too.
you said is I watched them, and they're like Star Wars special editions coming to theaters. I'm like, I can watch this in theaters. What? And like, yeah, it was like I said, the best way I would describe it was more of what I liked, just more of it. You know what I mean? And you're just a kid, so you're just like,
The kid,
whoa,
it
this
just
is
felt
cool.
like more Star
Yeah.
Wars stuff to
Yeah.
watch.
Exactly.
Like, it was just like, oh, they there's more stuff in them now. Like, that's cool.
They drive
Like,
in
that's
and
the way I
there's like a
looked at it.
weird lizard thing or whatever thing, reels back. There's some
Yeah.
two-back lizards in the background. And yeah, what is it?
Yeah, some of it was cool.
Yeah, what is
I
it?
won't-
Fucking
I won't
Sarlacc
lie.
pit had a little mouth come out of it, like, "Meh," and I was like,
Yeah.
oh. I was like, okay, it's fine, it's cool.
But the removal of Nub Yub,
That's where we draw the line.
at the end of Return of the
Is
Jedi,
it- yeah.
that song that the Ewoks sing. How could you, George Lucas? How could you? When
Rest
that
in peace.
happened,
Rest
when
in
I
peace.
saw that again when I was an adult, and I was just like watching it, and I'm like, "Et tu, Brute?" You know,
Hell
like,
yeah.
how could you, bro?
Yeah.
Like, it's a horrible thing to do. But yeah, Nub Yub is iconic.
Mm.
Well, one more for Nub Yub. But
Yeah, right. Pour one out.
Yeah, for sure. I grew up with all this stuff. I loved it, man. It was like I saw them in the theaters. I remember my brother and his father, my mom and my sister.
Mhm.
This was before my brother was born, by the way, because it was '99. When the Phantom Menace came out. and we went to the Galleria Mall, which is no longer a thing.
Oh, well, they'll rest in peace and pour one out. Fuck.
R.I.P. in peace.
Yeah, seriously.
And we went to the Galleria Mall to the Taco Bell that was short-lived, that was inside that mall. I missed that Taco Bell more than I missed that mall. And because it was just like you go to the mall, hang out, get a taco, go to the movie theaters, sneak the taco into the movie theater.
Of course, still do.
And dude, to this day.
I went to see Alien Romulus and I had it in my fucking pocket. I was like, let me just go eat this burrito.
My family, we went to go see King Kong and like the newer Kong movie, or whatever it was, the Godzilla Kong movie.
Mm-hmm.
We went to go see that, and we're sneaking in like everything, like a whole bag of nachos, like you name it.
Hell yeah.
And it's we went to go see it at the Galleria Mall, and I remember it was like truly kind of an experience. Like there was so many people so hyped to see the new Star Wars movie. We went the opening night. We had tickets for the opening night. Like it was literally one of the coolest experiences because like there was people lightsaber dueling with their toy lightsabers. There was like, you know, people cosplaying all the characters from the trailers and stuff, and like that was the first time I experienced cosplay as well.
Nice.
Yeah. When I saw people literally dressed up as the Star Wars characters, that was the first time I saw and even heard the word cosplay because they were saying, "Oh, this is my cosplay." And I was like, "What's a cosplay?" You know what I mean? And
yeah, no, that's badass.
Like, oh, yeah, when people do this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Oh, so they do what that chick does on the Sci-Fi Channel." Like,
hey,
you know what I mean?
it all comes back. Let's go.
Characters. Yeah, it all circles back. And so yeah, we watched The Phantom Menace that night, and then went home and we watched anime on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Let's go.
And,
Anime Girl came out, and she was like, "Yeah, that's her. She cosplays."
Yep, that's right. And but yeah, no, we had a good time, and like those things, those moments are precious because it's like when you see something that's like important, like a movie franchise like Star Wars. Like especially like the prequel trilogy, like episodes 1, 2, and 3. Like despite the flaws they have, those are great movies. You know?
We may have the second one, but yeah.
And I'm not hating on the sequels. I'm not hating on the sequels that much, but like they're not as good as other movies in the franchise.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's one of those like, well, here's like we said before, it's just more of it, but these are my favorite.
I look at it the same way. So a lot of people really, really feel like it's like someone just taking a dump all over something they love.
Yeah, it's like you
and
can
it's like,
still watch it.
You just don't have to watch that if you don't want to.
Pretty much.
Like this is for people who want to watch more of something.
Yeah, pretty much.
Go figure.
Yeah, it's just like, oh no, you can't watch your original one anymore. It's like, no, you totally can. Just stop after 3.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. Still watching.
I stopped being like that. Like, take for instance, I'm super disappointed about the remake of Silent Hill 2.
Mm-hmm. I think I remember you saying that.
I'm not gonna whinge and get into the details of it, but my critiques don't change the fact that I can just turn on my PlayStation 2 right here.
Yeah.
Go grab my copy over there, and just enjoy the game that I like.
Based take, super based. Let's go.
And like, you know. And I feel the same way about Resident Evil 2 because it's over there.
Yeah,
I can do the same thing.
It's exactly. You know what? I'm just gonna go back and play the one that I remember. That's fine. If you like the other one, then go ahead.
If that's the game you remember and the game you like, go play it. See, the thing is like a lot of people are like, Capcom horror fans got spoiled when they released the remake of Resident Evil 1 because it is a perfect game. Like that game is flawless. Like there's nothing wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. If you want to tell me there's something wrong with it, I'll just disagree with you.
Nope. Everyone says like if you really want to play like Resident Evil 1, it's just that's the one. Everyone's like, yeah, just play that one.
Dude, don't even play the original. I have the original because I like it.
Yeah,
it's nostalgic to me because I remember I grew up with it. But the definitive version of that game is the remake.
Yes.
And the reason I will argue that it's the definitive version of the game is because the stuff in the game is actually what was planned for the game, but a lot of it wasn't able to be done because of hardware limitations.
Exactly.
So the limits on the hardware made it so they couldn't make Crimson Heads. They couldn't do Neptune's room with the big shark.
And what is it? Who's that? Was what's that woman? The one with the fucking thing on her back. Is she in the original one? Or is she in the remake? It was the experimentation. She's a
Oh,
boss
Lisa.
fight. That's it.
Yeah, so that's the other thing. Lisa Trevor is was the only thing that they added to the game, but I think that it was a good addition. That's the only real addition that they made.
Yeah, because I think they wanted
the
to add
whole
more to a little
entire-
bit of the lore because I think they wanted to put more about like because like
Yeah.
it's kind of like, oh, he's the Trevors, like, okay, I don't really know much about them. How bad could they be? It's like, well, here's someone who was really a part of it and they got messed up.
Right.
So it's like,
Right.
oh,
And
okay,
that, like,
okay.
her
It
family
wasn't
was
yeah.
like tricked and experimented on horribly by Umbrella Corporation.
Exactly. So
Like,
here's an
what
actual
happened to them was
person.
tragic and horrible.
Yeah.
You know. And what she doesn't even realize is that Lisa Trevor is actually a mutation amalgam of all three of them, of her and her
Jesus.
parents.
Yeah, right.
And the reason she can't find them is because she's morphed with them.
Yeah. So you get
Sad.
shit like that, and you're like, fuck,
And
this is some
and
wild
she's
shit.
And she's tragically immortal.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Can't kill her. She falls off
And she
of
falls
the
off the
side,
thing,
but
yeah.
we don't. Yeah, she allegedly to her death, but we can't physically kill her or harm her. Think about that.
Yeah.
When you're fighting Lisa, when you're in that situation, you know you can't kill her, right?
Yeah.
Right. So she's tragically immortal until you finally do something about it. And even
Jesus.
then, we really know if she's gone or not,
Yeah,
or she's just down there.
You have to do a good old fashioned molecular level.
Right.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it's one of those things that you think about, and it's like she's a real tragic character. Same thing with like off-screen characters in that game, like the post guard that's like writing in the diary, the
Itchy tasty
scratchy,
guy. Yeah.
itchy tasty.
Itchy tasty.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the same thing. The guy who just like, man, I don't know, man.
Ooh.
It's so something's
He's
wrong.
and
Oh,
he's
it's
just
so
like
good.
something's wrong, and then by the end of it, itchy
Itchy.
tasty. And
Yeah,
you're
it's
like,
like, fuck, he's turning.
you're like, man, that guy had it rugged.
And like I was watching videos about that. They'd be like, yeah, and then she'd be like, yo, man, this is what happened. I'm like, damn, I was fucked up when I
Yeah,
was a
dude.
kid. This is scary.
Yeah, dude. And like I look back on a lot of the media that I enjoyed and watched a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And like played like things like Silent Hill and shit. And like horror movies that are like absolutely buck wild, like Hellraiser or
Yeah.
Jacob's Ladder or like Event Horizon or
Yeah.
some
Oh,
crap.
yeah. Right.
And yeah. And then I'm like, oh, no wonder I like all this weird shit that I like. And
Yeah.
I make metal music, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I
And-
was actually gonna ask you about that. It's about like with like all the shit that I know it's 'cause you make metal music, and then ultimately
Mm-hmm.
you play a lot of fucking, like you said, you like sci-fi, and you
Oh,
play
yeah,
a lot of
I love
horror
it.
games. And I noticed that like that's
love
like
horror games.
a lot of those things have really kind of impacted like what's what I'm looking for, have a big influence on you. You would
Yeah,
say those
on my
type
art
of pieces of media on your
Expressions
art.
and stuff.
Yeah.
So like video games are a huge influence on like a lot of the stuff that I do in terms of like if I'm writing a song, I want it to like feel like that atmosphere,
Mhm.
that drippy, terrifying atmosphere. Like I kind of want to like create a feeling of dread in
Yeah.
a way.
Yeah, I know
that,
what you mean.
like has a building tension that you can just kind of and then a breakdown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like just really give people like not just a song to listen to, but like when you go see us, like kind of like a little moment, like a little experience each
Yeah.
time, each song,
Yeah.
you know. And that's the idea behind it. And it's like, yeah, these pieces of media have a huge impact because it's like the lyrical content is actually very much inspired by a lot of this media that I
It's awesome.
consume. Like for instance, like Berserk or Silent Hill or like God of War, any of that kind of stuff. Like just stuff that I really like.
Yeah.
And as it would be like any artist, you know, they're gonna draw their inspiration from the sources that really really make them feel like the pieces of media that make them feel like they're at home. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Even if it's like a crazy ass game like Silent Hill 1 on PS1, that's like, why is that home? But like
No,
this
but
is
it's
your comfort game.
Yeah, no, because it
And it's
reminds
like,
you of
yeah,
those
of
great
course
ass
it is.
times. Yeah, and it's cool
Yeah,
sometimes
the first game
because
that actually made me scared was
Yeah.
Silent Hill. You
oh,
know?
bro, mine was Silent Hill and Resident Evil 1. My uncle used to play those games. Like I remember.
I liked Resident Evil, but I was like, oh, it's like a B horror movie. Like it wasn't scary. I was like, kill the zombie. But like Silent Hill, that game, like the just the opening segment where you're in the alley and the gray children get you.
Oh
And
God. God damn.
Yeah, dude,
Being a kid, I was
yeah,
like,
dude.
fuck. Well, I didn't say that, but I was
Dude,
like, oh.
I was like 10, and I was just like, no. I literally like turned it off and was like, I'm going to sleep. And then I laid there in my bed, and I'm like,
Yep.
I don't like it.
I don't like
You
it.
know?
Yeah, like I said, my
Just
uncle was like, oh, we're gonna play this game, and then like we didn't know what was going on. You know, you're walking, there's a lot of fog around here. Keep walking, and you end up in the fucking alleyway. Oh, and he turns the fucking light on. It's like, what is that? And then all of a sudden, those little fucking things are like, oh, goo. Wake up in the fucking.
Yeah, no, and then just a dude chained to the fence. And
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah, exactly. You're like 7. And I'm like,
dude, you're like, what is going on? Why? I remember the game came out, and then like a year after it came out, I got it because it was on sale.
Nice.
Because Babbage's was going out of business.
Oh hell yeah! That's like the first time I mentioned Babbage's on here.
Yep, that's
Shouts
right.
out.
And Electronics Boutique was going out of business too.
Yep, that was the other
so
one.
I was at the mall, and I was buying mad video games that day. I bought some bangers that I still have to this day.
Fuck yeah.
And yeah, that being one of them. And yeah, so Silent Hill is just one of those games where I got it and I brought it home, and I was expecting it to be like Resident Evil.
Yeah. Boy, were you horribly wrong.
So I'm in my basement in the dark.
Oh fuck no, dude. I'm a whole ass adult. I don't want that.
And like I'm playing this game, and like the washer and dryer are going in the background, and like I'm playing the game, and then they stop. So I'm like, okay, the game's kind of fucking with me. And like this is like right after that happens, I walk into the alley. And I'm like, man, I turned it off after I woke up in the diner and saved. I just turned the game off and was like, well, that's a little bit scarier than I thought it would be. And then I went upstairs. I got myself a Capri Sun out of the fridge, and I went up into my room, and I just like watched something on TV. I don't know what it was.
You're like, I'm good.
But
I'll think of something else.
Probably Comedy Central, because I was like, oh, I want to laugh because that was scary. And that was just kind of like, that was like the other thing. Like if I watched something or played something or read something, one of the three that where the media was just like, you know, a little spookier, beyond the scope.
Yeah.
I would always, you know, good old comedy movie or like some kind of like
something
that
silly.
Was the thing. You had to have physical media back then.
Yep.
Like when we were kids, if you didn't have some kind of physical media that you liked that you could watch a bunch of times and not really get sick of it, you were bored.
Yeah, no, definitely.
After 7 or 8 p.m.
Yeah, because
on a
it'd be
weekend
like
in the summer.
Yeah, because it'd be like all these other random fucking shows that you don't care about. I don't want to watch Talk Soup or fucking Nick at Night.
Yeah, dude. Right, dude. The place for TV hits. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No one wants to see the same episode of the Munsters over and over again, dog. And it's like, you know, as much as I like the Munsters, because like I like spooky stuff. Like, come on, man. How many times are we gonna see, you know, Herman lose his memory? Like, come on. Like, come on. Like, show the other episodes. Like, they're all in public domain. Come on now.
There's the Dick Van Dyke Show. Man, I don't want to watch this.
Right. Damn, Leave It to Beaver. Get the hell out of here. But like,
Gunsmoke.
Yeah, Gunsmoke with freaking Chuck Connors and freaking The Rifleman and like Lord knows what else and like
MASH and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff my grandma liked.
Yeah.
And
Hogan's Heroes is on, everyone.
Oh my
I'm
god,
going to bed.
Know nothing. I see nothing.
I'm going to bed.
And, yeah, no, dude. As soon as like MASH comes on, or like like I Love Lucy or something.
Yeah,
You're like,
you're
oh,
like,
it's time to go to
time to
sleep.
go to sleep.
Been up a little too late.
Yeah, right. It's like I don't
And
have, especially if like I don't have my video games. I can't be playing this right. I can't do shit right now.
right, and that was until like Adult Swim happened, and then you were like, oh, now I can be awake at night, and it doesn't suck.
Yeah, exactly.
For like a while, like they had some bangers on that.
Yeah, seriously though.
But yeah, man.
Fuck yeah.
Really, really, really enjoy that kind of stuff. Like just any kind of retro stuff. I love getting into like anything that can kind of inspire me to like make cool music. Anything like that. Like
Nice.
even just getting a new guitar like is like enough. But like for instance, just like you watch a cool movie or something and you're like, oh, like one cool scene is enough to like inspire you to make
Yeah.
like a cool song. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Like it gets you hyped up and shit.
Yeah, just like the energy, and you're like, I want to like
Emulate
wanna,
that.
like-
And put it into something.
yeah, like make my own kind of mark on that kind of thing.
Yes, sir. Yes,
And I think
sir.
that's kind of like one of the cool things you can do.
Nice.
And I feel like you can do that kind of stuff with podcasting too, like depending on what you talk about.
Yeah,
depending on how
definitely.
you go talking about it, who
Yeah.
you talk to.
And that's like one
stuff
like that's usually one of my favorite questions I tell everybody. But I will say I feel like we're getting close to the end, so I will have this last
Yeah,
question.
we've been at this for almost like an hour and a half
Yes,
now,
sir.
man.
So
And,
just like what you were
just
saying.
realized the time.
Yeah. What's your current hyperfixation right now, bro?
Oh man. Right now I'm super stuck on an anime called Don.
Oh yeah. You were telling me about that. I know a lot of people.
Yeah,
a lot of people have
so
been telling me
I
about
love
that.
it. I love it. The first episode's a little weird,
Yeah.
and I was like, I don't know how I feel about this anime. And then I watched the second episode. The second episode really solidified it for me.
Yeah.
And then, like by the fifth episode, I was just like, oh, I can't wait for number 6.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
I can't wait for next week. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the best part about that show is, it's coming out in Japan at the same time as it's coming out in America.
Oh, nice.
It's a
Simulcast.
cooperative effort between the two different dubbing houses
Yeah.
for Japan and America. So we don't have to wait and watch subtitled episodes.
Yeah, like
unless you wanna
3
watch
months
subtitles.
later. Yeah.
Yeah, but I have dyslexia. I'm not trying to read subtitles, dog. I'm just
No,
trying
that's
to watch
fair.
a show.
That's fair. Yeah, no, I'm at this point where it's like I still put subtitles on even though I'm speaking English.
Yeah,
Can't hear
but
it.
yeah, no. The biggest hyperfixation these days is just watching new anime
Nice.
and like going through my my list of anime that I've been trying to watch and just watching them blind. Not even a trailer or a synopsis. Just I don't want to know what's happening.
Yeah, just jump right in.
I'm just gonna watch it and see
Hell
what's
yeah.
happening.
Hell yeah.
I'll
dude.
find out. And on a passing note, to end this, to finish this off for me, I want people to like not recklessly do that with their lives, but to do that a little bit. Get outside of your comfort zone. You don't need a synopsis for everything, man. Get out there, do something that terrifies you a little bit, but
Hell
it's
yeah.
not like bad for you.
Yep.
And just do it. Like it's worth it.
Fuck yeah.
Strong enough, worth it.
Shit yeah, brother. All right, Mr. James, thank you so much for joining me on both of these podcasts.
Hell yeah, let's do it again.
Oh, gladly. So once again, man, where can people find you and where can people follow you and even your music?
Yeah, so you can find me at Lord of Thorn on Instagram, and you can find us at Envoys 508. I think Facebook and on Instagram.
Nice.
I think that's both of our. I think that's our tag for both.
Nice.
And yep, I'm looking at the link tree. It is, and so you can find us there.
And of course, I'll
I'll send
post
you
all
the
these
link
down
tree.
there too. Yeah, I'll
And,
definitely post it down there as well.
And message me after the podcast to go over the links that you need, and I'll send them to you.
All right, sounds great.
Because I'm a little forgetful. I remember everything from the past, but not like
Current.
from 20 minutes ago.
No, you're fine.
But yeah,
It's fine.
I'll catch you later, man.
I'll catch you later. Thanks
for
again,
having me
brother.
on.
Oh, no worries. Thank you. Good night.
Night.